Group C action, the third game of today. It's Serbia, the defending champions, and Greece, one of the biggest basketball countries on the continent of Europe.
FIBA EuroBasket Women 2017 between Serbia and Greece. As first, we will introduce the team of Greece.
Crowd already building up for these two Group C games. We get a look at the schedule of today. Belgium had a hard-fought win over Montenegro earlier on. Russia were dominant for parts of the game and had a 12-point win over Latvia. Serbia played Greece, and then in the last game, Slovenia and France will face it off. Well, here's the rankings for Group C. France with their multiple medals in multiple championships and a FIBA ranking of 3. Slovenia yet to have a ranking. Serbia on the way up after just a phenomenal run of success in recent tournaments. This Serbian team, defending champions, and they're going to be a joy to watch. With me is Lova, former Czech national team player. For me, Serbia have been the most exciting team in women's basketball, bar none, in the last 3 or 4 years.
Absolutely. What I've loved about them was that toughness, that chemistry they were demonstrating by every game, and it's going to be interesting to see the coach's transition, what impact it's going to have on this team.
Well, we'll pause there because we will have the national anthems of Greece first and then Serbia. Of Serbia. Players and coaches will exchange their mementos of this game. It's one of those games that gives you so many different dimensions. You've got the up-and-coming or the current champions against a team that's still dominated by that, well, I was going to say young lady, but that veteran player, Nani Mortzi, MVP in 2009. Still leads this team in scorers in the qualification stage. She's just a legend of Greek basketball. And there's some Greek fans who've made the trip. Serbian fans who really have taken this team to their heart after their recent success, defending champions, Olympic medalists, and a team that probably plays with a bigger smile on their face than anybody else. Or they have done.
They definitely have done, and I'm sure we're going to see it from a couple of players. This is just part of their personality.
Well, one of the great things about Serbia 2 years ago is that they always found ways, whether it was Ana Dabovic, whether it was Sonja Petrovic, Miljan Vanovic, but they also had Daniel Page, who they miss for the first time in a major tournament, the naturalized American, who really did provide them with so much stability on the inside.
And she had done for the team loads of defensive hard work, which I hope there's going to be another player to replace that hard work and then trying to push the Greece team away from the rim.
Well, it's a great story. It's a great news for everybody else, because Paige gave that Serbian team so much stability. And with Greece in the strength they have on the inside, that's going to be a real plus for them.
Yeah, on the other hand, Greece team is missing Zoe Dimitrakou, dealing at the moment with some injury, and she was a big part of the team as well. So I think, you know, we have an exciting game ahead, and let's see how both teams are going to step into this tournament.
Well, we're going to get a chance to look at rosters and starting lineups in a moment. This is a tough group with Serbia, Greece, and obviously then Slovenia making their first appearance in the EuroBasket Women's tournament against France, who have been the most successful, one of the most successful European countries of the last few years, alongside Spain. So it's a tough group to get out of, because Slovenia look very, very good in preparation. Here are the three officials. Mr. Kalic, Kulecic, and Velikov will make up the third team on the floor, looking very resplendent in their Nike FIBA uniforms. And teamwork for the three teams, including the referees, absolutely crucial. So under 3 minutes now before the start of the first game of Group C. And we're just waiting to look at the rosters. Here they come. Obviously Greece, highlighted by Ivan Imodzi, but they've got so many other players that have got great European experience.
Yeah, I would highlight Kautsidu as well. You know, she is one of another experienced players in the teams, and she's taken a huge part in performance of a Greek team in the qualification. Well, and I think loads of things expected from her today as well. Well,
Artemis Spanu as well, having had a great college career in the NCAA, and now building a European career. With the absence of Paige, could be a huge factor for Greece in terms of their inside presence. But it's not just one player that's going to replace Paige. There's a whole raft of bigs on this Serbia lineup. And Radicaj, Petrovic, and Kado, they've all been here for a few years. Jovanovic, Milivanovic, there's so much experience in this lineup. Still Ana Dabovic's team now. Her sister Milica retired, and the other big change obviously is in the coaching department. So actually Kado gets the start with Dabovic in the back court. Jovanovic has also been such a huge factor, but Petrovic doesn't start, and that could be a sign of some of the injuries that she's trying to mop up at the end of a tough season here in Prague. But it's Dabovic's team, and it's always been Dabovic's team. And they really are starting without a centre. They're going to go with a power forward sets, where you've got Milivanovic and Jovanovic, the number 15 at 190 at the power forward spot. They're not young players. They're inexperienced, and Jovanovic is experienced in terms of her play at this level. Kotsilu and Petrovic are the two players that have been identified for us, as in terms of the players that should be a factor in this game. Petrovic on the bench, and Kotsilu is going to be very, very reliant upon the performance of Idani Montesi. Coach Kouramidis. It's always a tough group job in Greece, because the expectation of Greek basketball is always so high.
And what we can expect from Serbian team at the moment is well-organized game. They're going to definitely stick to their game plan. The high-intensity basketball, they will run fast breaks, trying to gain those easy baskets, And as you said, Greek team is like, they never give up. They have, again, the energy level is very high, so I think like this game is going to bring loads of intensity to watch.
Players just on their way onto the floor. Milivanovic, but it all started in France in 2013 after an early loss in their group, and in the same group as France, They went on a massive run to make the semi-finals of that competition. And from that moment on, this Serbian women's program has just gone from strength to strength. We're not even at 2011 in the competition at all. And Coach Malkovic, who's no longer with the team, needs to take a lot of credit, but she's passed it on. Well, wherever you are in the world, welcome to Prague. This is the first game of Group C. Greece in the blue and Serbia in the white uniform. And we'll jump it up. And Serbia will get a first look at the offensive end. And Dabovic and Kultida, that's a nice matchup. That's going to really see what we get at the point. Kultida underneath guarding Ivanovic. Ivanovic has it out top. They skip it. Baseline penetration, looking for the print. The Jovanovic in the corner is short. And that's a battle on the glass already. Dabovic lines up the long two. Towed the line, and the ball falls into Mulci's hands. And when Greece have it, she will have it for a very long time. Gives it up. Kapolu kicks it. Tiru goes inside. Oh, nice fake. Great finish. Spanu shows you why she was a phenomenal player in the NCAA and is really building that European career. Great composure. Ivanovic outside. We'll move it on. No one really threatened the hoop there. Everyone just passed it and moved without really looking to create.
Yeah, it's always tough to start the championship, you know. Normally the team's getting a little bit nervous, which we haven't seen the previous two games, but at this very moment, I'm not sure. I think we've seen it at the moment, you know. They're not trying to run the floor straight away, they more.
Spanu again with the great feed for Mulci.
Yeah, they're trying to rely on their set offense and proper prepared shots.
Well, Greek basketball and the pick and roll, the two things go together. And no better exponent than Mulci at regular read off the pick and roll. And Spanu with no defender really giving her a hard time is going to be a factor here. Dabovic is short and a chance to run for Greece. Mulci in control, feeling it, look to control and create. Kultida with an early post up. Mulci's just feeding it. Everybody who needs a touch gets a touch, and that's a 6-0 start for Greece, orchestrated by Mulci, but everybody playing a role in finishing plays.
Seen any effort from the Serbian team to go for rebound so far after every shot they've taken. So
Kado, feet set, is off. Offensive rebound, Dabovic. Jovanovic looking to go inside, stolen. And the Serbian offense, they're going to take the early timeout because they're not really at the races at all. He was fouled by Kado. And the only word that sums up the first 2.5 minutes is Greek dominance. Dominance by Greek. Timeout for Serbia. And what we were a little concerned about is the momentum, is the attitude, is the same feel there. At the moment, the answer is no. They've got plenty of time to resolve it.
Dajte, pa nemaju oni igrače po 2 metra ispod koša. Ajde odigramo trojku, gledaj ovo.
Tough coach for...
Nevena, blok za Sašu, izađi ovde i onda leži blok za Tinu. Tina, ne, sačekaj malo. Pogledaj to, ne može da prođe.
Tough coach carried it.
Radi na ovu Nevenu.
I'm not sure it's really a technical issue for him. I think maybe more of a momentum and tempo and energy level because they've been really flat.
Yeah, I think they're a very skilled group. They just need to, you know, as you said, the attitude, the enthusiasm to put into the first minutes of this championship for this team.
Well, one thing's for sure, if they don't play hard defensively on Ivani Mulci, she'll play 40 minutes. She'll control it from minute 1 to minute 40. And if you don't make her work, she's going to hurt you. And Mulci gets it out of the inbound. Spanu outside, looks inside. Kultida in the post. And again, you've got to love it. She's like, well, you put the palms up, and Kado says, well, what? Get your palm of the hand off the offense, and you'll be fine. It's a Greek clinic for the first 3 minutes at the moment, getting what they want, how they want it, and when they want it. Skolic will check in for Serbia. Kado will sit. Kultsidu on the inbound will just pop. Sotilu trying to create a lot of dribble, takes a fadeaway jump shot, way off. It's got to go up, no time on the clock, it's got to fire it. Mulci gets it away, is short. Milovanovic comes down with the rebound and pushes. There has no options ahead of her. Dabovic will slow it and get Serbia into the half court. Jovanovic outside will find Milovanovic. There's no post-up game at all here at the moment for Serbia. Dabovic throws it, extra pass. Milovanovic with the three is short. And we got a whistle on the play. Mulci is going to be charged with a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, I'm missing that flow from the Serbian team, you know, getting the inside touches in, out, you know, a little bit to move the defense. At this very moment, they seem to be very static to me.
Well, if they weren't talking about missing Danielle Page, they're looking like they're missing Danielle Page. Great defense out of bounds. That's a 5-second call shot. That's a long 5 count. Dabovic has it in the corner. Ivanovic tries to turn the corner, and one. Tough move, great first step, finishes the play, goes to the free throw line. And this is what she can do. No reaction or adjustment defensively. And Jovanovic has a chance to complete the three-point play. Kalapulu gets it into the half court. Any Mulci will move it. Spanu is just a target. She's available. She wants to play. Kultsidu will go to the post when Spanu steps out. Got a whistle on the play.
You know, they actually Greek team plays really smart at the moment. I think they're getting the touches, the experienced players. You know, they are creating for the others. They're looking for their own opportunities, especially a backside to the front rim, and still looking who's cutting through, who's going to be available.
Mulci breaks it down, kicks it. Feet set for the long two is no good, way long. Ivanovic comes down with the defensive rebound. Dabovic looks long, that's an interesting pass. Mid-range jump shot is good. And fortuitously, they tick it over to 5. And Skoric gets her first 2. One of the players that wasn't here in 2 years ago. Spanu will hand off. Mulci. Spanu's going to roll, then they're going to get on change of angle, but Dabovic. And that's more like Serbian basketball. When they need it, Dabovic will come up with things, come up with plays. They create the turnover.
Yeah, Dabovic is a key factor of the Serbian team. She can completely make crazy her teammates, you know, in terms of the energy level, in terms of getting into the game, fighting for every ball, which we haven't seen the beginning of the game.
Dabovic out top. A little double stack. Ivanovic pops off the bottom. Ivanovic is going to travel. Well, if people are, you know, trying to read this, okay, Sonja Petrovic is on the bench because, you know, maybe because she's trying to feel her way back in. But she practiced well enough. But teams with big inside threats are going to give the Serbian team some real issues. Spanu comes out top. Kultsidu. Oh, great little move. Goes to get some contact and kicks. The 2 puts it on the floor. Steps back. Tough 2 is back of the ring time. But this is Greek basketball. 24-second shot clock, half-court management. And Serbia are going to have to take him out of it. Jovanovic. Nowhere to go. Needs a pass. Jovanovic finds it. Finds Jovanovic. Milovanovic in the block. Nice move. Can't finish the play though, gets her own rebound, goes back up, can't complete. Spanu comes down with it, finally. Nicola Palau comes down with it and will advance the basketball. Buried it, deep. And Greece, in their own time, in their own rhythm, getting what they want. And one of the advertising boards was so excited. but it fell over.
You know, Evina Malta is such a smart player, you know. She is creating for others, but at the moment she's not forgetting herself. She keeps the ball a lot in her hands because she's able to read the game really well, you know. As you mentioned earlier, we will probably see her almost 40 minutes on the court, and I think she's slowly stepping into her rhythm, because at the beginning of the game we haven't seen her to look for her shoot a lot, but I think it's gonna come during the game.
Oh, there's the replay. That three caused much excitement on the Greek bench, and the advertising hoarding was dispatched as it just sort of fell over, which is hence why we have no action. Well, if Serbia were coming into this game thinking that Greece would be in a nice way to work their way into defense of a title, Mulci, Kultsidu and Spanu have really given them a wake-up call here. 4:26 in the first, and Greece have the 9-5 advantage. Mulci has the 2 fouls though. I mean, she's smart enough to play on 4 or whatever, so I don't see that being an issue. Jovanovic not even looking to go inside. Jovanovic will move it on. Davovic gets it to Jovanovic off the down screen, wide open, can't complete. And Mulci keeps it alive, and Greece have a chance in transition. Numbers don't fail. Spanu outworks her opponent and gets to the front of the ring.
Brilliant bringing the ball. That was one of the few fast breaks we're probably gonna see from the Greek team, but it was very effective. Yeah.
Oh, the crazy thing was that it wasn't even that quick, and they just got outworked. This Serbian team is just renowned for never getting outworked. Davovic puts it on the floor, attacks the closeout in the lane, throws up a prayer, looking for the foul, no call. Mulci comes down but gets rid of it. And Greece with a man advantage, line up the three, consider for 3 on the end of the break. Knocks it down, and this is Greece basketball at its best. 14-5, wake up the rest of the tournament. Mulci and Consider in town.
That's a confidence. To finish fast break by 3-point shots, that says a lot about the confidence of the Greek team.
Milovanovic stops, pops, trademark. Quick release on the pull-up. Go to what you know. Go to your stock answer, and that's what Milovanovic does so well. Mid-range and in, she is tough. Sotilu outside, we'll move it on. Speed of pass for Kultsidu. Spanu is fouled on the cut, and they'll get a new full team. There are going to be times in this game where this Greek team is going to have to suck it up, because I don't think they're going to go deep on that bench.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough tournament for them, because they will play their experienced players a lot, and obviously they will get loads of minutes. So, as you said, there's going to be definitely times when they will need to suck it up. Well,
Radachai, who normally brings energy, Kultsidu attacks it, looks to find it, has the ball broken up, has to pick herself up the floor. Jovanovic will push. It goes down low, we got a whistle. Milovanovic posted up. That's better transition basketball. Milovanovic got to the block, gets fouled by the Bulls on the floor. Serbia in line. So Tilu picks up foul number 1. Stankovic will move it on. Radachai gets Jovanovic off the screen. They'll look to run, little pick and roll. They turn it down. Jovanovic going baseline. Foul line jump shot from Milovanovic, and at the moment Milovanovic is the only guy looking to shoot the basketball. So much confidence and belief from Milovanovic, who captains this team now. Kapolu at the top will have some pick and roll. Spanu finds some holes. The pass was just overthrown. She still had the line to the hoop. They get the option they want, cannot complete. And for me, these will be the key moments for group when they start going into rotation. Do they keep the same level? Do they keep the same energy? Are they in the same place? Lamora joins the action. That's a tough matchup for Lamora if she guards Radachai. Radachai is energy. 2 minutes to go in the first. And Radachai, let's see what she has. Jovanovic looks inside. Milovanovic again has it knocked away by Sotiru. She attacks it, no one stops her, all the way to the hoop, finishes it coast to coast and just finger rolls it over the defense. They've got a 16-9 lead, and Serbia know they're in a game first time out as the defending champions.
That's a great read from Sotiru. You know, no one stopped her all the way to the rim. Why not?
Another try, feet set, toes the line for a long two. Great box out by the Greek defense. Ball hits the floor, it's like a coaching drill. Lamora. And Serbia, they go back door. And they can't make the back door count as Multi is fouled on the way back up. And I'm just calling Lamora thinking around half court, and Multi gets a read, it goes hard to the hole.
Yeah, I think Greek team is definitely full of surprises, and there's going to be exciting moments during this game to see from that team.
Well, it's Multi on the free throw line, and just a complete lack of defensive pressure at the moment from Serbia. They make yet another substitution.
Yeah, it starts with no defensive effort, no defensive rebounding intention, you know, and then it's going to make it for a Greek team, which is not the team who's running too many fast breaks, looking like they're a fast break team.
Well, that's something you don't see very often. Multi misses the free throw. Stachikado checks back in for Serbia. Second one is good. Cato moving on. Got a whistle away from the basketball. There's some hold on the screen action. And I think Lamola or Sotilu will pick up the foul.
One thing at this tournament, you can't leave your hands on the player. That's going to be automatically a foul.
It's taking Greece 9 minutes to get into the bonus. Mid-range two. Looked a little hesitant on the release. Is Stankovic. Multi in multi-time and space. Vucic behind the back, looks for a pass, tries to find Spanu Milovanovic, who at the moment is just carrying Serbia at both ends. Leaves Spanu on the floor and goes coast to coast. If you need a leader, they have one.
Yeah, it's quite exciting from both sides to see, you know, that the big players are dribbling all the way the court and finishing easy layups. Both teams need to start to play a little bit defense at this stage of the game.
Multi with a pick and roll. Spanu holds the space. Multi needs a pass. Ball's knocked away. Stankovic gets a piece. Greece are on the end line with 5 seconds on the out of bounds. And coach Kermidas wants to take the timeout. Doesn't want to lose this opportunity to build on the 17-11 score. Been a marvelous start by Greece. Spanu with 6. She got those 6 points early in the game. She hasn't had a lot of touches since, but then again, she's been coming high to set screens.
Yeah, and she's been creating for others. You know, that's the magic of this team, that these experienced players are able to take responsibility by themselves and also to create for the others.
I do like the situation where you've got your coach, all these coaches who coach here as coaches, assistants, and whatever else, they're leading coaches. So obviously Coach Kermidas has decided in special situations, out of bounds play, has one of his assistants draw those up. There's some earlier action where Multi just was educating Serbia about how to be a guard. And they just ran the floor and got literally what they wanted. And if you take the performance of Milovanovic out of this, Serbia would be in a real hole. Sortu puts it on the floor, weaves a little magic, goes to the floater for 2. Super finish, super finish. Dabovic, last few seconds at the step back, takes the 3, is no good. And we've reached the end of the first quarter, and Greece, if you'd have scripted it for them, they could not have scripted it better. Sonja Petrovic in shot there, still not seen any action, but Greece lead it 19-11. Well, those stats tell you everything. Keep the 66% trees of both numbers. It's been a tremendous performance by Greece. 0 for 5 from the three-point line from Serbia. It's been a Greek orchestrated performance. Multi and everyone else, absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, I'm missing kind of.
Wow, still in the quarter break, just a minute to go in that quarter break. It's been a strange performance by Serbia. Not very intense.
Yeah, it hasn't been intense at all. And to be honest, Milovanovic is the only player from that group who tries to change it, you know. I don't see any step up so far from Dabovic. I don't see any contribution from the other players, you know. Well, as we've spoken earlier, that team's going to miss Paige. I think they're missing him more than ever because there's really no one posting up down under the rim. We've seen performance from outside the rim, you know. All basically they do, they're trying to push the offense, but even the defense, you know, missing the intensity in the defense. It's too easy for a Greek team to score. Whatever they decide to go to do, they succeed.
Well, it'll be interesting to find out what the thinking is or what the status is of Sonja Petrovic. She has practiced for the last 2 days. They haven't gone that hard, but she's been on the practice floor, but still no appearance in this game. Dani Multi will inbound at the start of the second quarter. Greece have the 19-11 score, and we've got a foul straight away. Lamora is charged with a push. That's a big break for Serbia. They could have started this second quarter and gone double digits down. Lamora gives them an easy extra possession. And Dabovic organizes. They look to lob Milovanovic. That's not going anywhere. 3-on-2 break if Multi pushes. Lamora makes a smart decision. Doesn't like what she has. Finds Spanu down low, 1-on-1. Gets a little angle. Does a great job creating space, but can't finish. The way she backed out to create the space, you're thinking she's going to make the two easy, but Serbia dodge a couple of bullets here. Milovanovic is off. That's going to get chased down. Only one winner on that one. Cadol, but goes into the hands of Sotilu. Limola. Quick release by Multi, fills it, wants it, is short on the three. Great effort to chase it down. You just got to trust her. If she feels like she wants to shoot it, you've just got to trust her.
You got to trust her, definitely, because she's definitely the player capable to score many points during the game. And I feel they have that hunger, you know. They came up and showed that they want to win.
Dabovic needs a pass. Throws up a prayer that's answered. She comes back with a wry smile. First 2 points of the game, that's 1 for 4. And if you're going to make those, you're in a good place. 19-13. Lamora. Oh, she just breaks it down. So do wide open, Multi in the corner. Count those. Did someone forget there was Multi in the corner? They left her so open.
They just know about each other so well, you know. They exactly know what to expect from each other as well. Reading the game from all positions. Make the right decision.
Milovanovic steps through for 2. Wow. Milovanovic, 8 points personal on 4th and 6. Literally doing what a captain does and carries her team in an adversity situation.
Yeah, but can she carry the team whole game? Someone needs to step up.
Nice pass. Spanu goes up, gets the 2. If you allow Greek teams to slow down and run half court, they will get shots. It's like watching a Greek men's team play. The pick and roll creates advantage. They know how to use it.
And we also can see that this team has been together quite loads of years, you know, and that has been visible at the moment. They know about each other. They exactly know what each player is gonna do, and that's why we see these amazing actions.
Another Serbian turnover. Aphrodite Kozma will join the game. Anyone coming into this game now, this Greek team, with the way they've started the game, it's about maintaining their momentum. Kozma's experience, she'll be able to do that. And Lamora's doing a tremendous job, but Dabovic is not getting after her at all. So Lamora has time to run whatever she wants to run. Spanu comes out top, wraps it. Lamora has it. 10 on the possession. Sidu. Nice pass, super pass. Great movement away from the ball. What's the highlight? That's got to be in it. Spano goes to double digits, and we've got 7 minutes to go in the first half. Mino Vananic now goes to the post, inside, outside. She's having to do it all. Pulls up, knocks it down, and she really is having to do it all. Only Multsi. Someone has to sacrifice themselves here for Serbia. Someone's just got to work so hard on Multsi. Kultsidu is drawing more contact. And Mila Ivanovic is now going to try and lead on the floor and communicate. They need some spark and energy from somewhere.
She's going to try to wake up her teammates, you know. She's doing it by her performance, but she still doesn't get any response from her teammate. And this little hook up with the teammates usually helps. It just gives you the space to talk to your teammates, to convince them, look, this is a European Championship, so you gotta step up.
Well, Ivanovic is sat down. Multi, far side of the ring, wraps it. Extra pass, Namora has it. 5 on the shot clock, it's gonna pull up and pop it. Defensive rebound as Vendakic joins the action. Dabovic, foul line, is fouled, doesn't get the drop. Not the smartest foul in the world, but it's not turned into a three-point play. Kozma doesn't get the best stat for your first stat.
Yeah, Kozma knows it wasn't the best foul ever to make, especially not Dabovic, which shooting is quite high percentage.
She's a 90 plus across most of her career. She goes 2 for 2. Popoulou checks back in. Full court pressure by Serbia. It's long due. No. I don't think they're going to give the... Kato went over the baseline. The referee's trying to explain to her she can't go over the baseline. Because if she goes over the baseline, it's not allowable. So Serbia will get Greece will get another opportunity to bring it in. They lead by 7. Stamati checks in.
We can see the pressure from Serbian team at the moment, trying to force Greek team to make some mistakes.
I think Popoulou just deals with the pressure. The mid-range jump shot is an air ball. Jovanovic has it, and Dabovic wants. When Dabovic wants it, she normally gets it, gives it back to Jovanovic, and she comes off the handoff. High pick and roll. They go lob, great defense by Spanu. 2-on-1 break, Multsi goes up with the left hand and blows the layup. She wanted a pass. Great defensive effort though by Shindakic. Really took that option away from her. Dabovic attacks Spanu, kicks it. Jovanovic with a 3, way short. Oh, Dabovic can't get the offensive rebound to drop. And Stamati goes long. Multi doesn't like the numbers, will kick it out.
Yeah, that was quite a smart move. Serbian had enough time to come back. And after the previous possession, Multi has chosen to...
Dramatic, another air ball. I think we see the problem with the Greek team when they go into the bench. Maybe it's nerves. That's 3 air balls. inside option. Dakic is traveling.
And I'm sure we're going to see this coming possession, some individual action from one of the experienced players, because they're trying to change the rhythm of the game. They see that they've hit 3 air balls almost in a row. They need to prepare the great position and give it to hands to people who are able to finish effectively.
Well, Multsi's going to sit. Savitopoulou checks in, number 7. She has it out top. Who's going to be the scorer now, Spanu or Kultsidu? They go a little 2-on-2 game here with a mismatch. Kultsidu going to work, spins baseline, nice move. Every time Serbia switch, they exploit the matchup. It's a great read. Jovanovic can't deal with this matchup.
Yeah, and it's definitely, you know, Kultsidu's favorite spot to attack from that wing. You know, we've seen it a couple times this game already, and it's been effective. Every time she asks for the foul or she goes all the way to the rim.
End-line possession, Spanu sits down, so Spanu and Multsi off the floor together. Kultsidu, we've got a holding foul. And that's a real bonus for Greece. That puts Serbia into the bonus, into the penalty. And Dakic picks up foul number 1.
The way the Greek team is playing at the moment, I think they will benefit from this foul trouble of Serbian team.
Well, especially with this lineup in the game. Nikolapoulou on the floor, needs a pass, tries to wrap it, goes up with a jump hook. That was nearly 2 bonus points. They got to the ring and missed a gimme. Dabovic to the corner, open for 3, rims in and out. Who's coming down with that? Skula got to come down with that defensive rebound. If you're a Greek fan watching that, you're begging her to get that. 4:22 to go in the second quarter. Kasula picks up the personal. And Adabovic. Look at Kato off of a screen. Snagi's going inside. Little turnaround off the glass. Banks it. Crucial time here for Greece. They can't give up this lead with all their personnel on the bench. Kultsidu, great little give and go. What a pass! Super pass, super cut. Kultsidu has to get touches, and that's why. Dabovic gets that double stack again. And they pop and they roll off it. We've got a foul in the block. Greece not in the penalty. They will be the next foul. Skula is charged of her second personal. That's 2 quick ways to get in the stats. Kato were inbound. There's a whistle. And you've got to, we've said this for 3 games, this is the 3rd game now. The referees are calling holds and they're calling moving screens. Players have to adjust, and Adabovic is going to benefit. She's on the free throw line. It's a chance to cut it to a 5-point game.
Yeah, and for some reason, every time Ana Adabovic shows up on the free throw line, you know, which is big advantage for Serbian team as her percentage is very high.
Now it's normally money in the bank. Those of you wanting to bet your mortgage on something, this is one of the things you can bet your mortgage on. And Adabovic on the free throw line to be over 80%. Goes 2 for 2. And again, the pressure from Serbia has to be a must. They've got to try and make this game go a little quick for Greece, especially with Multsi off the floor, especially with Spanu off the floor.
And the question is that pressure helping the Serbian team to get into the game again, right? Because automatically it's going to bring the aggressivity into their defense, and it brings the energy level high as well. So as we can see now, still the score is about 5 points, but the pressing definitely puts the Greek team a little bit under the pressure in the guard position.
Not sure what the... I don't see how that's a 2-second drop in the shot clock, to be perfectly honest. Ball on the end line, gets deflected out. Can't take 2 seconds, surely. I think that's a bit quick. The guys on the table. Back to 23. That's that's a better number. The game after this is France, and there's a lot of French fans already in the gym. A lot of blue. As Les Bleus will enter the tournament in the final game of the day later on. So the third team is happy, the referees are happy. Galopaloo. Well, moving on. City. Galopaloo gets it on a ball reversal. Davidovic is just standing off. Kultsidu wants it in the block, gets it in the block, same matchup. This is going up. Great move. Great move, gets the contact. It's almost deja vu. Jovanovic can't guard her. Serbia don't help. Kultsidu scores or goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, when she receives the ball, you know, you have to step back a little bit from her to be ready for that one-on-one penetration. We can see that the player usually stays on her, and that's a big advantage for Kultsidu, as she's very quick in her first step to go around her defense and then make a decision if she's going to create for the others or finish by herself.
Kultsidu makes the first, and Greece are just doing a great job at keeping it ticking over. Spanu's going to come back after the throws. Multi's sitting. I think they'll leave Multi there now. Looks like they may leave her there for the rest of the half. And Kultsidu goes 2 for 2. And Spanu comes having had 3 minutes or so out of the game. And those minutes will be so vital come the end of the fourth quarter. This game's going to go all the way. Turnover. And the Greeks get a free one. They take the jumper. Kultsidu, that's a rebound. Kultsidu bowed out. Her teammate bowed out. Sprodiopopoulos settled for a jump shot when she had 3-on-1, and Kultsidu just came down with what can only be a huge rebound. Goes to the free throw line.
There's been big misunderstanding between Jovanovic and Crvendakic, taking ball into possession for Serbia, losing that ball. Easy option for Greek team.
Kultsidu makes the first. One thing Greek teams are never short of is belief that they can play this game. You give them a sniff of this, like this situation, they're going to try and milk this. They're going to be up by 9 if Kultsidu makes this going into the with 3 minutes to go in the half. She goes 1 for 2 though. Jovanovic pulls the rebound. Jovanovic in the half court will get Cato. Takes a tough one, they foul her. Poor decision defensively by Greece. Damani picks up the personal. Cato nowhere to go. Gets bowed out by a poor decision. By the player, not the official.
Of course, Damati knows. You could see how she was shaking her head. That wasn't a smart foul.
Well, the search for a lineup that's going to work just carries on for Coach Karadzic. As Sanja Mandic, number 10, joins the game.
Yeah, and we have Evina Malta back, so if there's going to be intention for the Serbian team to pressure the ball, I'm sure she's going to manage to bring the ball on their offensive half court.
So only Sonja Petrovic hasn't seen the floor for Serbia, and that must be a decision around injury. 2 for 2 from the line. Cato gets bailed out a little bit. Multi's back. And Greece trying to finish this half strong. 6-point lead with Annie Multi. Popoulos gets it into the half court. Kultsidu. Multi just waits. Spanu, the timing was superb. The pass just overthrown. And Multi knows she's missed a golden opportunity again to give a clinic of how to run the pick and roll.
Right, she's such an effective, and that's thanks to the reading the defense. You know, if they go under the screen, she's gonna stop and just shoot that ball from the 3-point line. If they try to chase her, she just goes and create out for herself or her teammates.
Dakic looks inside, ball's knocked away. Maltese everywhere, comes up with a deflection. Maltese in transition, Spanu in the low block. Wide open, Kultsidu is off with a three, Spanu can't get it. Mandic will bring it. Jovanovic, little mishandle, she's just about hangs on. And for all their woes, Serbia got a chance to cut it to 4 or 3. The 3 is long, and the ball will belong to Greece.
That was a great decision from Jovanovic. Stop that fast break, just take a breath, and then see Crvena Dakic wide open in the corner. But unfortunately, she was unsuccessful with that shot. What I like about the Greek team's defense, they are so compact, you know. You can see they have such a good help from the weak side. They stick together. There's no space for the Serbian team to attack.
Oh, great move by Spanu. That's how to use your feet. Tremendous. We've seen some great post play today, and Spanu just joins a club of just great players in the paint.
That was a learning point of her footwork under the rim, you know.
Chance to run for Greece here. They have a 3-on-2. Great lead pass. Should be an easy 2 for Kultsidu. And Greece have a 10-point lead. We've got 1:24 to go in the half. It might be far too early to say this, but you could start writing some headlines about a Greek upset here. Transition, half court, every aspect of the game at the moment. Serbia just are 1 step behind Greece.
Exactly, I can completely agree. And you don't want to leave Greek team to be on the top of the horse, you know, because then it's going to be so hard to stop them.
Well, it's very quickly become a Greek game in the sense of when they really need to, when Maltese back in the game and Spanu's back in the game, they're running pick and roll and they're running it to death, but their execution of options, the way that Maltese can control it until she's got an option to make, is just a clinic of how to run pick and roll basketball. And you can talk about this in terms of, there's a lot of situations where you shall blame the defense, they didn't react, but at the moment, if the defense just reacts, they're going to get passed through because Maltese is just a great reader of the game.
Yeah, and the big contribution from Spanu as well, you know, so she's supporting those experienced players, so she gives them the choice. Okay, am I going to finish by myself or am I going to create for you? And her footwork is at the moment exceptional, you know. She knows exactly where she is on the floor.
Because Dinaki will check in for Greece as Kultsidu will sit down. That's some foul in the action of the screen, so we'll be shooting free throws.
Those are a little bit silly mistakes from a Greek team, you know, which putting their performance slightly down because they're giving the easy opportunity for Serbian team to score from the free throw line. And we know that the referees are very sensitive for the hands of the players on the players, you know, or higher of their chest size.
A lot of fouls on Spiridopoulou. She picks up the first. Dakic goes 1 for 2. And the Greeks have now had another 3-on-2 opportunity just because they outworked the Serbians in transition. I've never thought I would be, in the last few years, never thought I would say Serbia get outworked in transition. Maltese has it.
I absolutely agree. We mentioned at the beginning of the game that we probably won't see too many fast breaks, but at the moment what makes the Greek game is the great combination of fast breaks and set offenses, playing pick and roll, great cooperation.
Spanu is charged with a personal foul on the missed layup, and that'll be her first foul, so no real issues. So the big three for Greece, Kultsidu, Multsi and Spanu, have all but 6 of their points. And we've taken the walk down the floor for Jovanovic to shoot the throws. Again, another very, very good free throw shooter. It's one of those things, if you work at being a good free throw shooter, you can normally make yourself at least good. Well, it's do the same action as Jovanovic does, straight through the ball, and she goes 2 for 2. Filippo has it in the half court. Multsi Just needs a little screen for an entry. Spanu again rolls, gets it to the inside. Little spin, she's going to travel on that one.
That was a great help from the weak side from the Serbian team, trying to fill that space under the rim, so Spanu has a harder job to get into the rim.
Jovanovic will advance it for Serbia. Dabovic on the bench. Serbia a little more active at the moment. Kadu has it out top. Nowhere to go. Jovanovic is always available. Spanu takes her. Dabovic not on the bench, sorry about that. Gets fouled on the way to the hoop. She'll go to the free throw line. But moving Dabovic off the point seems to have been really really effective for Serbia at the moment. She gets it in situations where she has advantage and it can attack and use that extra height. So great move by Dabovic. She's on the free throw line. Chance to cut this to a 5-point lead. Spanu picks up the second foul in a minute.
We have Milovanovic getting off the court to get some rest.
Both good for Dabovic. She remains perfect from the free throw line. Greece will take the timeout with 18.3 seconds. They lead by 5. They'd love to lead by 7. They'd be ecstatic about leading by 8. But they want to take the last shot of this first half. It's been a great performance in this first half. Serbia finally working their way back into the game.
Yeah, and that's a lot thanks to their free throws percentage. You know, they have shot so far 13, 12 free throws, and that's just an incredible number. And I think that reminds of the old Serbia. You know, they've always been great at that statistic. So we see loads of silly fouls from the Greek team putting Serbia on the free throw line.
That's a number, if you're a coach, you'd love to see. 10 assists for Greece. It tells you as well how difficult Serbia are finding this. Only 1 assist for a team with Ana Dabovic at the point. They're not sharing the ball at all, but 10 assists for Greece. 10 easy looks created for each other. Most of the good things, apart from on the free throw line for Serbia, have happened through Milovanovic, including that coast-to-coast play. So Nico Lapalou will advance the basketball. Ivani Multsi's in the game. Kultsinu stays out of the game. Who says this is not going to be a pick and roll to finish the half? Spanu gets it down low, fills the double team. Multsi fills it, settles for the 3. Doesn't get it to drop. Spanu keeps it alive. And finally Serbia come down with it, and that'll do it for the half. Tremendous first half by Greece, giving themselves a real chance to upset the defending champions. They lead it 35-30 at the half. Well, there's the halftime statistics, and straight away 0 for 9 from the three-point line for Serbia with the talent they have.
Yeah, I'm sure that number is not going to stay whole game, hopefully for Serbia. But so far, they hasn't been too efficient in their shooting, and they hardly finding the easy flow in their game to beat the Greek team.
Well, 10 turnovers as well for Serbia, very un-Serbia-like in that first half. It's going to be an interesting locker room, the Serbian locker room. They started the game in a very, very flat way. They really didn't have any defensive intensity. They let Greece set the tempo.
Absolutely, you could see that Greece had nothing to lose. They just stepped into it with the hunger, you know. And by the time went on, you could see that they started to run more and more fast breaks. They share the ball really well. They know about each other on the court. Such an impressive performance from a Greek team at the moment.
Well, Milovanovic literally single-handedly kept things from getting in a hand, really. She got into 10 points very early in the game. And the power forward just took it the whole length of the floor and finished with the left hand. But she really was great from mid-range. So Thiru and Kultsidu at the 2 and the 3, or the 3 and the 4, depending on the lineup that Greece had in the game, was so effective. And Dabovic, that's the first points that Dabovic had. So the scene's set after that first half. Greece, with the 5-point lead, have given themselves a chance. Have given themselves a chance of upsetting the defending champions. Still no Sonja Petrovic, obviously some injury issues. But we're going to leave you with the rest of these highlights, and we'll be back in around 10 minutes or so for the second half. Can Greece maintain this with plays like that? They definitely can. It's up to Serbia. Do they play the defense that they're renowned for, or do they let Greek dictate? We'll see you soon in around 10 minutes for the second half. Well, welcome back. Kalovka Arena in Prague. Just over 2 minutes to go before the start of this second half, and we've had a great day so far with some great games, but we could be on the verge of an upset that could really give Serbia an issue going forward in this group. Because after today, they play France. It's not the sort of team you want to play after you've had a night off and lost the game, if they in fact lose this game. It's going to be tough for Greece. They're going to have to put another 20 minutes in where they control the tempo, but they have the guys to do it. And Ana Davidovic, who was a little out of sorts from the floor anyway, has got to find that talent that made her one of the most feared players in European basketball. Just confirming, Sonia Petrovic is out there now, laying it up, warming up, shooting the ball. She doesn't look very at one with herself, let's say. But be interesting to see if Coach Karadzic decides to risk her, because it must be some sort of risk.
It must be, but the question is how serious the injury was. You know, you don't want to lose the player just because you let her play the first game, even though you don't want to lose this game, right? But it's going to be a big decision for the coach to make.
Just I think one of the issues that Serbia have is that apart from Milovanovic and Jovanovic and Davidovic, everyone else has only taken one shot. They don't, it's not like anyone's come into the game looking to get going, looking to be the aggressor, whereas there's much more of a focus from the Greek team.
Yeah, and even if you have only these three players in offense, you're trying to catch up in defense, but I haven't seen that so far either. You know, there's been loads of open looks for a Greek team, and also loads of transition offense, fast breaks, you know, when no one was guarding them. So the players who are not effective enough in offense, they have to catch up and be at least effective in defense.
Well, Sonia Petrovic is not going to start this second half, it would appear. No. Climbs the hoardings to get back. Jovanovic is a great shooter. I can't believe Jovanovic is going to have a 0 in the three-point column. Radicaj is going to start this second half, and you know that means that the energy level is going to be higher. And Serbia in the past have tried to bring Davidovic off the bench, you know, for different reasons, and Radicaj's normally been their option to go to. And she really does try and increase defensive pressure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the Greek team can continue with the game they've been playing so far. You know, it's such an enjoyable group to watch at the moment. With the different tempo of the game, they balance really well the fast breaks, the quick transition, and the set offense in their offensive half court.
Well, Meltsi will start the third quarter, and Greece have a first look at it. They lead by 5. Velopoulou gets it to Mulci. Spanu faces up. She likes this matchup. Gonna hand off. No panic in the half court. You get a full 24 in the half court when you get the first possession. Mulci, what a read. Set for 3, buried it. Oh, it's a great read. The defense tried to just play her quicker, and she just used that IQ. Milovanovic.
It just justifies what we said earlier. She just reads the floor so well. The defense stepped back away from her. She just pull it up, you know, and shoot the threes.
Radicaj thinks about the 3, attacks it. Little drop down bounce pass. They can't finish the play. Greece come down with it. They just have to finish those plays. Chance to make it a double-digit lead for Greece.
But credit to Greece team, there's no space really for Serbian team to play down in the paint, you know. They just all stick together.
Well, Mulci almost had to put it up. Really had nowhere to go. Radicaj goes down low. Milovanovic inside, outside. Radicaj for 3 is off target. And Spanu boxes out, and the ball's hunted down by Milovanovic. Then Radicaj in the half court. No real change to the tempo with Radicaj at the point. Milovanovic has to fire it up. Oh! Halfway to downtown Prague, she knocks it down from her. Milovanovic continues to just carry this Serbian lineup. Spanu outside the 3, looks underneath. Oh, nice little head fake, inside outside kick, extra pass. Sort of attacks the closeout, easy layup, little finger roll for 2. That's how to attack a closeout.
So there is one of the players who loves to penetrate to the middle of the paint, and it's so effective in this game, you know. There's so much space, her to do that and lay it up straight away to the rim.
Radachai. 4 on the possession. Jovanovic got to take the tough one from the baseline. It's fouled. And the committed sin of fouling the jump shooter is called Tsiru. And she knows it. You don't have to tell her. She's more than aware that she's done something that she would be moaning at her teammates for doing. Multi pulls the veteran play, talks about a play a couple of possessions ago about she thought she was fouled. She's now had a conversation with 2 of the 3, just to make sure that they're all aware that she is who she is. Ivanovic again. Serbia are staying in this game on the back of Milan Ivanovic and free throws. There's no one else at the moment looking that they can inject just the needed points, let alone anything else. Ivanovic to make it 2 from 2, which she does. And it's a little bit as you were, 5-point lead for Greece with 7:40 to go in the third. Go up out, gets it to Kotsiru. Multi outside the 3, gets the Spanu screen. Multi backs out, goes again, needs some space. Great pass. Oh, it's a clinic.
I love that.
Wait. Oh, she's open.
They know, I think even if they're sleeping, they still know where they're gonna move, you know? It's just amazing cooperation of these 2 players.
Radachai outside the 3, doesn't want to shoot it. Now she has to take the tough 2 off the glass. And Milan Ivanovic, are they going to call it good or are they going to call it on the floor? They're going to wipe it off. The foul was on the rebound. This is just superb. Wait. Oh, there you are.
You know, I think Spanu has such incredible timing, you know. She's watching her teammates. She kind of shows that she's not interested in this game, and then she just makes this incredible cut right to the rim, and her teammates finds her.
Well, Milan Ivanovic tried to post, and the pass was just mistimed, misplaced. That was a better pass, as good as Multi's as good a pass. The same space was available for the receiver. And here is Multi, the 2009 EuroBasket Women MVP. Off the glass for 2. 9-point game. And they've made the World Championships on the back of that performance, coming 5th in Latvia. And Multi's just rolling back the years.
It seems so easy for a Greek team to score and so difficult for a Serbian team to score, right?
Well, that's how it looks at the moment. Jovic for 3. Finally, the 3-point door is open. And she just knocks it down, goes to 10 personal. So Tiru attacks it. Now she needs a pass and finds the only person you'd ever want to make a pass to on this team. Multi attacks it, is fouled on the drive, and for as good as Jovanovic's last shot, which she has been exploited defensively, Kotsiru or Multi has just gone at her every single time. Greek basketball, it's all about advantage and disadvantage. Kotsiru. Sultira gets in the block. Going in Jovanovic again. Easy 2. And when they go this small in the backcourt with the 2 small guards, Greece are just milking the matchups. Milan Ivanovic outside the 3. Puts it on the floor, goes strong, is fouled. And there's every Serbian fan in this arena in Prague is just so thankful that Milan Ivanovic has shown up.
Exactly. She's carrying the whole team on her back at the moment, you know. They missing the movement on the court. All they do is just relying on Milan Ivanovic at the moment, you know. And even though Ivanovic just stepped up with that big 3, she needs to get more involved from this matchup what we see on the court.
Milan Ivanovic, as we keep saying, almost single-handedly keeping Serbia within touching distance of this Greek team that is playing. Well, it's a joy to watch how they make themselves, how they get the most effectiveness out of their players. Milan Ivanovic, 2 for 2. 46-40. At some point, this Serbian team, you'd expect them just to explode with either intensity or points. or both. And that's when Greece have got to be ready to play.
We've just seen that pressure again, bringing that intensity up.
Kotsiru puts it on the floor. That's a blocking foul.
Yeah, but they can play pressure as much as they want, but if they're not able to play one-on-one defense, what we've seen so far, that's not going to help them, you know. They need to, each of the players need to step up and say, do I play enough one-on-one defense?
Well, here comes the time when it gets a little bit interesting for Greece. They get into their rotation on the bench. Their bench did a great job in the first half maintaining what they had. 46-40 with the ball. That's a good call. Miss Spanu doesn't like the call, but we had I think we had a good view of it. So third foul. Not totally convinced. Don't think the camera angle helped us too much. When we're sitting, it really did look like an offensive foul to start with. Milanovic. And Dabovic comes back into the game. Important moments here for Serbia. Milanovic puts it on the floor, in the lane, tough floater for two. She's just phenomenal. She's had a great season in Spain, and she's brought that form into the national team. 17 points personal. Milanovic. And Dabovic comes back. This is Serbia when Serbia are on song, making plays. Both ends of the floor. Dabovic draws, a little bit of contact, ball goes out of bounds, turnover. And Greece will take the timeout, and it's probably the right time to take a timeout. Serbia feels some momentum. So if you're in the huddle now for Greece, what do you want to hear? What do you want to hear your coach say?
I want him to say that they should stop doing silly mistakes, either by fouls or offensive fouls, or silly turning ball over. Because all I see at the moment is just Serbia on the free throw line. That seems to me, that they're giving them the chance to get back to the game, and I think they just need to hear that they need to stay consistent, no matter what part of the game and what part of the court as well.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Greece do with their defense on this possession out of the timeout. Jovanovic and Dabovic will be in the backcourt. Interesting to see Dakic still on the floor, the 21-year-old, who is much talked about in terms of Serbian basketball, about being one of the players to bridge the gap between the championship winning team and now. Here's Ana Dabovic. Lamora guards her. Romo's got to just waste herself here. And going behind the back for a steal is not the way to do that. Milanovic attacks the middle. Nice pass. They blow the finish. Defensive rebound by Multi. She gets another positive stat. And an opportunity just goes begging. Lamora. Multi comes off a little down screen. Sees the ball screen. Attacks it herself. Little hang time off the glass. Soft touch for two. She's got to go herself on that play now because there's no Spanu to just drop it down to. Milanovic
so we can
finds the corner. Jovanovic with the three is long. What a rebound. Dakic, as we just said, has got to start turning potential into delivery of performance. Milanovic puts it on the floor, attacks the middle again, and tries to manufacture a pass. Not the best pass.
I think she had in the corner wide open Dakic, that decision I would definitely question, because she was wide open in that corner after those two positive stats in last past possessions.
Lamora in the half court. You'd expect Dabovic to get after her a little bit more. Greece in the half court will move it, and they're late in the shot clock. Multi might come and get it. Lamora looks inside, puts it, wants it down low, gets it. Different matchup now though. Has to take the turnaround jump shot, and that's that little difference of size. That's what it does. Milanovic doesn't like the numbers, will back it out. 6-point game, 3:20 to go in the third. Dabovic has it. Milovanovic attacks the baseline, stops and pops. Looks a little tired at the moment. That's the second one she's come up short with. Multi in transition, attacks the middle, stops, pops the two, just catches string.
You just can't leave her alone, you know, you just can't leave her be confident in their shot. And we can see now the zone defense from Greek team as well on the court, trying to change the rhythm defensively.
Someone from this Serbian team's got to step up, knock down some shots. Nowhere to go. Tough little baseline jumper is no good. That's a rebound. Multi is everywhere.
We see a little bit of frustration from Milovanovic. She's not happy with her teammates.
Quite a passionate way of asking for a drink. Multi's in the moment. She's absolutely in the moment. Greece are in the moment. They lead by 8, 50-42, 2:47 to go in the third. Serbia have some questions. They're being challenged. They're being asked a number of tough questions by Greece. And now, up until now, they still don't have the answer.
Still done, you know. Back to Multi. She's the type of player, if she's on fire, she just can score from anywhere. And at the moment, I see her doing it, you know, and Serbia needs to find a way how to stop her.
Iskočite i udvojite agresivno. Jer jasno, da ne ide na ovaj prodor ovdje do levo.
Απλά η πίσω ζώνη έχει το rebound. Η επίθεση θα πάρει pick and
Well, it
roll.
looks like that Sharon Dakic has to stay in the game because she seems like the only one that can guard. Called Sidhu down low. She's got a little bit more length, a little bit more size. They got the same reaction in terms of switches, but it's Sharon Dakic, and she's able to do a much better job than Jovanovic in the post.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, if Lamoura is taking the point guard position, Anadabovic definitely needs to put the pressure on her. You know, her athleticism is definitely so much better, and just to put the point guard under the pressure, that could bring the advantage for the team. You know.
Absolutely. Well, Cato's going to come back here. So they've gone again with the 3-guard set and the quick set, because that means that Sharon Dakic is at the 4. It's almost like a 4-guard set almost at the moment for Serbia. Trying to increase, you would hope, increase their defensive pressure. Kultsidu has it. Lamora. Multi's getting some time on the bench. Who's going to be the well, Lamora, there you go. Exactly what you were talking about. Lamora can't foul, shouldn't foul. Dabovic, guarded by Kultsidu. Tremendous work by Greece. Defensive transition. Now they're going to channel out and guard people.
Again, so Greek recovers so well and so quickly back after this turnover.
Ivanovic kicks. Dakic thought about the 3, thought about the 3, makes the 3. Why did it take her so long to think about it? Sweet looking 3 from deep.
Almost like she's not confident. She double guessed herself. Oh, should I shoot it or not? No.
Lamora attacks the closeout, needs a pass, Kultsidu. Lamora for 3, way short. Defensive rebound, Dabovic. I don't know how long they can leave their starters out the game, Greece. Sharon Dakic goes against Lamora down low. Jovanovic wide open for 3, short. Just simply has to make the open shot. Dabovic hunts down the rebound in the half court. Dabovic lines up the 3. Absolutely nails it. How long do they leave the guys on the bench? Multi's going to have to come back. It's a 2-point game. That's an offensive foul. Just poor execution. And Serbia with a chance to lead it, with a chance to get them in front. Spanu and Multi come back. It's easy to sit here and say perhaps 2 possessions too late. But they've carried this team so far. There's no reason they can't do it again.
Yeah, we definitely need those experienced players back. They need to just calm the team, you know. There's no need to panic at this first stage of the game.
Dabovic, feet set for 3. She's just made 1. She's just gone back-to-back 3. Serbia have the lead, 51-50. Big time for big players, and Dabovic delivers. You can see the effect of that 3. The last 2 threes. Multi has it, attacks it. Lamora They take up a prayer from the three-point line. Kultsilu has it, 5 on the possession. Dabovic, Mulci survives with it, 8 seconds on the possession. Mulci kicks it, wide open for 3, got it!
Just seems
Really, Doppel just knocked down a 3, big time. Lot of guts to take that shot. Dabovic thinks about another 3. On the inside, there's a travel. And that'll do it for the end of the third. They wipe it off. They're going to call a foul on someone. Which I think was possibly after the buzzer.
I think it was Kultsilu's foul when she's trying to steal the ball from behind of the back of Kado.
I don't know if they can look at this point in the game, but they're going to. Well, there's no time on the clock and the red light is on. It's off. We need to look at it again. But we need to look at it again and be very clear, because you've got the red light that'll come on in the background. It'd be nice if we could see it again.
Yeah, but even if she committed that foul before the shot clock, they have 5 fouls as a team, so that would mean 2 free throws for the Serbian team.
Well, if it's after time, there's nothing. Kultsilu's already in a situation where she doesn't really want to get into picking up a second foul. It should be pretty clear here. You had a great shot on the first camera. It'd be great if we could see it again. Here we go. Ball's deflected. Runs out. No, there's no foul.
Yeah.
It's the clock had ticked over to 0.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great decision.
And you've got to say, we've said it all day, it's better late and right than never. And that's a great job by the officials. It's a big call by all the 2 involved, the lead official, the crew chief, and the official who called the foul. But it's 53-51. Have Greece weathered the storm? Well, this fourth quarter is going to be tremendous. There's the stats, 58% still from the floor, 41% from the three-point line. Serbia are lining up a little bit now, 5 from 16 they've got going.
I think Nikolopoulou needs to come back to the game on the point position. You know, she's been quite athletic.
Well, Nikolopoulou, as you say, is going to be fundamental to the start of this fourth quarter, I think. I don't think Greece can leave people out. It's almost, you would prefer they came out with their best lineup and then just try to hang on if they're getting tired. You're not going to get tired with 3-4 minutes to go in the fourth if you've got a chance to beat the European champions. So that little run where Dabovic made the 3s back-to-back has just set this up for a fourth quarter that I don't know if many people coming to the game would have thought would have given Greece this shot at the start of the fourth. Serbia take a little bit of a calculated decision at the start of the fourth. Miljanovic doesn't start. They go with Skolic, Dakic, with Jovanovic on the inside, Kado and Dabovic in the back court. Whereas Greece come out with everybody. Starting lineups back for Greece. They may have to go the whole 10 if they're going to get this win. Fourth quarter action then. 53-51. This is only day 1, and we've already had 2 great ones, and we're now looking at a 3rd great game. Dabovic takes the long 2, off balance, doesn't get it to drop. Kultsilu comes down, and Mulci has. Nikolopoulou. Nikolopoulou goes in on the right hand. Great Spanu for the first time, didn't have her hands up. I thought she was going to shoot it as well. Mulci takes one for the team, but that's Mulci's 3rd foul.
But again, we can see that Spanu was at the far spot, ready. Not really ready though, but just the spacing is incredible.
Caddo will hand it off. Travel. Well, there's part of the calculated gamble. Skoric, who's in the lineup instead of Milan Ivanovic at the start of this fourth quarter, travels. And Greece just have to take every opportunity, every advantage they can from moments like that turnover. Papalu. Oh, more get a hand on it. Dabovic gets another steal. Deflection by Dabovic. Serbia challenge, coming up with answers. Dakic on the inside once. Dabovic turns the corner, goes to the far side of the ring. Little turnaround is no good, and Multi has a chance to run. Multi stops and pops. The three is long. So Tukan can pull it in on the offensive boards, and Caddo brings it away. Both teams struggling for offensive rhythm.
Yeah, it's a little bit unorganized beginning of the fourth quarter.
Dakic going at Multi. Tough shot. Tough shot. Ties at 53. Sotilu needs a pass. Kultsilu has it. Oh, great little first step. Tough shot. He's fouled. They're going to wipe it off. I still don't understand the change of matchups because Dakic has the size and the quickness. Skoric just got scored again by Kultsilu, who's had a tremendous game in that isolation play. Multi comes to get, ball's knocked away by Kadu. Pass was delayed a little by Kultsilu.
That's a great pressure from Serbian team at the moment.
Multi now has it. The officials have to protect her here a little bit. They're going to go after her. They have to protect her. Drops it to Kultsilu. What a finish! In traffic. Reverse layup. Great little feed by Multi. 12 points for Kultsilu. 2-point lead for Greece. Dakic on the floor. Gets to the same spot. Stops. Pops. Is no good. Who comes up with that? And the ball will belong to Greece. How long before Milan Ivanovic comes back?
That's a great cut from Kultsilu.
As you said before, the timing of those cuts allows the pass to be made. Velopoulou moves it on. Kultsilu settles for the three. Way short. Spanu's got it. No, she hasn't. Dabovic has got it. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow belongs to Greece. There'll be a new 14-second reset. Multi does the vet thing and tells Spanu, hey, we've got a game to play.
She knows how important is her contribution.
Sotilu pulls up, knocks it down. And everyone forgets how good a game she's having so far. She's the fourth player for Greece in double figures. Dabovic goes to the left, kicks it wide open. Kettle for three is long. And they have just struggled all game as Multi brings. Spanu finds Kultsilu. Multi down low. Puts it on the floor. Finds Spanu. And one!
Wow. Another great timing for Spanu.
Tough finish. Great cut. That's not a huddle. That's a cuddle. They're just hugging. This Greek team are in one place as a group. That's a tough finish by Spanu. That puts her onto 16 personal. Milovanovic comes in now, and they're 6 down when she returns. Jovanovic returns, and Caddo will go to the bench. Second foul on Dabovic. Still 7 minutes to go. There's an eternity in this game.
You can see the experience of Greek team at the moment is stepping up, you know. Even though the game was tied, they hasn't panicked really much and just prepare their offense and stick to what makes them that great team today.
Dabovic under a little pressure. Dakic looks underneath. Milovanovic is straight into the game, goes deep and dives to the basket and ends up with a foul. And for the first 3 minutes, they never had that effect. It's just such an effective dive by Milovanovic.
She's definitely one of those players who needs to be on the court for Serbian team.
So Duru's on to 4 fouls. Now it's in that time where do you leave or do you just try and give her some time? Sometimes it's easier to hang on. Wide open, they miss. How did they miss her? Dakic for 3. Hits nothing. Who's coming up with that? What a surprise. And they just rip it out of her arms. They're going to have another jump ball here. I think that's the only call they can make after they allowed the first contact to go.
That's the situation you can't miss at this part of the game. When you have a wide open teammate right under the rim, you have to give her the ball.
Wide open. Milovanovic just wandered to the far side of the ring. Referees together, making sure they're all on the same page. 6:30 to go, great atmosphere. Ivanovic goes inside, Dabovic on a post-up, throws it out of bounds. And if they doubted themselves for parts of this game, this Greek team do not doubt themselves now. Nikolapoulou is fouled by Dabovic. Dabovic third foul, 13th foul.
That's the way Dabovic is supposed to guard Limura earlier in this game, right? Nikolapoulou is way more athletic and she's going to use this advantage against Dabovic.
Kultsidu, still like whatever matchup she has, she's still dominating it. Nikolapoulou down low. Kultsidu again with that one-on-one isolation. What is she going to get this time? 5 on the possession. She goes outside. Oh! The 3 on the inside, outside. Nikolapoulou nails the 3. Nine-point lead for Greece. We've got a whistle on the play. And again, Milovanovic causes havoc in that Greece defense. The back cut, she has to get held. That'll be the 3rd team foul for Greece. Both teams on 3 with 1 foul to give. Spanu picks up foul number 4. The 2 is coming for Spanu. I don't know how long you can leave her out. It's one of those earn your money time for a coach right now. There's absolutely no way that Greek bench is going to sit down on the next play. Defense from Greece is just top draw. Kultsidu has time to smile. You gotta love it. Dabovic has it in the corner. Opens it out. Jovanovic attacks it. The 3 is good. Skoric. Where did that come from?
Here you go, Mark. You mentioned it earlier that Jovanovic needs to start to hit her 3-point shots. And when else to hit them than this part of the game when it's so close.
Multi has it knocked away. Jovanovic puts it on the floor. Gives it up. Dabovic. Skoric has just made 1. Does she make 2? No, she doesn't. Great rebound by Likop. And she must be fouled in this foul. Nikolapoulou just elevated. Milovanovic picks up foul number 4. Well, Skoric in the corner. That's her first 3 of the game. Still 5 minutes to go. This game feels like it's coming to its, in its last minutes or so with the atmosphere in the gym. 5 minutes still.
And Serbia can't afford now to just give a foul for no reason, as they have a 14 fouls at the moment, and it will lead Greek team to go shoot free throws.
Sotilaru turns it over with nothing worrying her apart from Milovanovic saying, I'm not letting you go to the ring. 6-point game for Greece. They've opened it out. The Skoric 3-pointer pulled them back to 6. Dakic. Offensive foul call. Milanovic will take no more part of the game. She will foul out.
That's such a crucial moment at the moment for Serbian team when Milanovic is fouled out.
That's great defense. You got to give so much credit to Kozma. She got position, and Milanovic just led with the arm. It's always going to get called as an offensive foul. Huge call.
That's exactly, you know, about the Greek team. Every player is ready to accept their role, you know. Kozma is not one of the leading players in the team, but these great defensive actions, you know, you can see how much effective it was now to the game, and it will be because Milanovic is out of the game.
Milanovic is out. Dabovic on 3, no one else on more than 2. So even Dabovic has got more than enough ability to stay in the game. Spano with 4, Storici with 4, Lu with 3, Multi with 3. The foul trouble is much more acute on that Greek lineup, and also the lack of depth with that rotation. Well, what do? Do you bring them back and hope they survive? Do you keep them, and Serbia come back? It's a big call time. That's what national team coaches have to make, big calls. Spanu stays on the bench. Kozma with the drawing of the foul. And this Greek team at the moment, with Kotsinou as their biggest player on the floor, is still not being dominated on the inside by Serbia. Where is Danielle Page? That injury has really hurt Serbia. You can see why and how it's hurting them right now. Multi just about gets it. Jovanovic will guard her. Multi turns the corner. Danger time for Serbia, inside, outside. Sotiru thinks about the 3, attacks it, goes with the right hand, tough shot. Oh! Leans back, people hanging on her. She just drops it for 2. 8-point lead for Greece. Kato will move it on. Dabovic needs and Dabovic gets. Guarded by Multi. Going inside. They've got to go down the gut of that defense, but they've got to finish. Stankovic just couldn't get the drop. So Tiru, last 4 minutes. Kotsinou gets it in that spot again all day. She's had great production out of that spot. She draws contact and will go to the free throw line. And Serbia have not made an adjustment from minute 1 to minute 36. They have allowed that one-on-one to develop the whole game.
Whole game, they haven't found a solution to it. This was quite a tough call from the referees, but you know what? Kotsinou is such a strong in that block position, you know. She's been bringing it up all game long and still effectively.
Got to make your free throws. If you want to be the EuroBasket champion, you have to make your free throws. Kotsinou, 12, 4, and 3. Nice numbers. Tremendous numbers on the minutes and just the physical effort. Has to make this a 9-point game and doesn't. 0 for 2. Just drains you. The missed free throws just drains you. Dabovic with 3:40 to go in the game. Turns the corner. Finds the open. Ivanovic puts it on the floor, gets inside, goes with a layup, blows it. Great rebound again. How to rebound as a guard. Pull up or out. Just rebound for fun. Now she attacks it, kicks it. Kotsinou doesn't like it, wants to spend some time with the ball. Great call perhaps, that is. So Tiru attacks it, right hand. Almost falls, does fall, but finds Kotsinou. Attacks the closeout. The long 2 is good at 1.
She just made it up for those 2 free throws she missed earlier.
66-56. 3:13 to go. Kotsinou for the and 1.
I really love Greek defense. You know, you can see that they go put the pressure on the players. If you lose the position, there's another player stepping up for her teammate and getting back, you know, to defense rotation. Just amazing compact defense from Greek team.
Dabovic comes off the high screen, has it knocked away, turns it over. And Mulzi gives it up. Kultzidu will get it back to Mulzi. Kosma.
They have no way they have to rush at the moment.
Nikolopoulou almost has it stolen. Steps back, huge three, is way off though. And the ball will bounce out of bounds. And Radachai will come in for Dabovic. Radachai will advance it. Almost a carry. Inside option. Inside, outside, and turnover. And Spanu comes back to close the game out with 2:26 to go. 67-56, regardless of how well they've played at the offensive end. They have kept Serbia to 56 points with 2:20 to go. That's an amazing defensive performance. Mulzi has it knocked away. Ball will belong to Greece. And there's so far to go in this tournament. It's going to be a great win, but it guarantees Greece nothing. They have to come back tomorrow with this format and do it all again. Wide open, mid-range, two is no good. Ivanovic comes down with a defensive rebound. Stankovic with the screen, gets it on the pick and roll, goes up for the layup, blows it. Poor finish, looks at the referee, not really sure why.
You know, to succeed at this championship, you have to play great defense and
Oh, and one. No, they're going to wipe it off. They say they fouled on the pass catch. And Lamora's going to come in. And Serbia will take the timeout. And Nikolopoulou will go to the free throw line when we come back. She'll then sit down because it looks like Lolita Lamora is going to check in. Well, that was the call before the timeout. And I just need to remind you that tomorrow evening, if Serbia lose this game, they have to go against France. So your EuroBasket defending champions could end up 0-2. They could still end up 2-0 with a miracle on this game.
they could, but as we see, the French team is so strong under the rim, which I think Serbia hasn't shown today that they have anyone to match up against the French centers. You know, it's going to be such a hard game for Serbia, especially if they're not going to win this game.
Wow. Papalu just handled it, and has handled it most of the game. It's a two-shot foul because of the team penalty. And Mulzi and Greece will step back onto the floor. Mulzi and Spanu have 16 apiece. Keltsido has 15. And Sotilu should get so much credit for the performance she's put in. She still sits with 12 points also. Nikolopoulou, and points difference in this group could become a factor. We've got to put this game away right now. Goes 0 for 2. But Kultzidu comes up with an offensive rebound. When does this player stop working? Tremendous effort by Kultzidu. Mulzi has it. 4 seconds on it. Need a shot here. Throw up a prayer. That's going nowhere. 1:30 to go. An 11-point lead. Serbia need a quick one. Jovanovic, come down and shoot it. Decides not to. Shirin Dakic gets it back to Jovanovic. They are not going inside. They do now. It's knocked away. And the ball will belong to Greece. And Greece will take the timeout to advance the basketball into the front court.
Just Serbia can't find the way against this great defensive Greek team. You can see we have 4 small players on the perimeter and 1 big trying to posting up. The question is that the way they're supposed to play? No, because the Greek at the moment is playing great defense. They need to move them up. They can't play statically and just wait for one player to do something big.
Well, there's a stat. 40 points in the paint for Greece, only 14 for Serbia. And Greece have got them in all sorts of different ways in the paint too. Kultsidu's posted up, Spanu's posted up, Multi's gone to the glass. And Serbia's deep, and Serbia have just stayed with the same rules, the same, they've not changed a thing here. No attempt to zone, no attempt to try and take Greece out of what they're trying to do. And Greece have just been a better basketball team today. Multi has been phenomenal.
And they've been also an enjoyable team to watch.
Oh, absolutely. They've still got to close this game out with 1:16 to go. But this is a story. It's a story whatever happens. It's a story if Serbia come back here, which will be phenomenal. But Greece winning this changes the whole complexion of this group, because they don't play France until the last day of group action. And now I'm not sure, I think we've changed so the possession actually belongs to Serbia because they've reviewed it. And Greece now a little bit unhappy because when they went into my huddle for the timeout, it was my ball. When I come out of my huddle, it's not my ball. That's our whole timeout is to an extent wasted. So while they should almost not start the timeout if they're reviewing, because it would make a huge difference to the situation.
Absolutely. Last 2 minutes of the game, it will make a huge difference if you have possession or not.
Well, 16 assists for Greece, only 7 for Serbia. A team with Ana Dabovic in the backcourt only has 7 assists on a game against 16 for Greece. Oh, they take one deep in the corner, they don't get the drop. Mutsi comes down with another positive stat, and she's going to advance it. And it looks like Serbia are not going after her. They don't want to send her to the free throw line. But if they're not going to go after it, they're just collapsing here. Mutsi. Oh. Turnover, great play by Shadu. Goes after it, but goes after it a little late and gets the 2. And makes it a 9-point game. And they gave Greece the timeout back, which is the only thing they should have done. So they would advance the ball to the halfway line.
Yeah, that was a great effort from Kado, but as you said, it came a little bit too late. But still, we have 50 seconds to go. I'm sure the experienced Greek team is gonna make sure that they're not gonna lose this game.
Well, front court inbound, they'll either be fouled or take a lot of time over it. So it's going to be very, very difficult for Serbia unless they can come out. A steal here and a 3 makes it interesting because it gets it to a 2-possession game. And we've seen crazy things happen in this game. But you'd never write any team off in that situation. So Eleni Motsi will inbound the basketball. 51 seconds left in the ball game. They lead by 9. It's theirs to lose. Get it in, get the options you want. Back to where you've got production all game. Kultsidu goes early, doesn't get the drop. And Serbia have an opportunity to cut into this 9-point lead. And they had a foul to give. Lamora takes one for the team.
That was a very smart foul, as they are not still in the foul troubles at the moment. She knew that she lost her position, so she just committed that foul to stop them.
Radachai steps back. Got to go up. Surely the shot's got to go up. They wrap it. Jovanovic takes the 2 on a closeout, puts it down. Maybe a little too late. Too little, too late. Lamora will inbound. Mulzi has it. Gives it back to Lamora. Gives it up. Pultsilu, 3-on-1 break. Pultsilu wraps it. Spanu fumbles. Goes up for 2. They are going to enjoy this. Spanu makes it a 9-point game. Radachaya blows the reverse layup. Pultsilu has it. Greece is celebrating. They are just about to beat the defending EuroBasket champions. Lamora has it. Throws up a prayer at the end that does not drop. And Greece start day 1 of EuroBasket Women 2017 with one of the upsets. They get a 69-60 win, and they were just superb. They were phenomenal. Well coached, well prepared, and absolutely phenomenal 69-60 result. They get the first win of Group C, and they turn this group on its head. Sonja Petrovic going through your shot there, took no part in the game. But one team came to play and win, and it wasn't Serbia. And Greece are going to enjoy this, but it means nothing if they let it go tomorrow. They've got to come back, refocus, and get a result tomorrow. Otherwise, they're in a dogfight for qualification.
Yeah, that's been definitely such a promising performance from the Greek team, which impressed me with the compact defense, bringing their offense. You know, we could see many people contribute of that team as well. We've expected to have that big contribution from the experienced players. Sotiru stepped up today as well with Spanu, and I think they just made the game difference today.
They're going to ride this emotion. If they can ride this emotion, who knows where the journey ends for Greece. If they come up with that, someone's got to take them out of what they want to run. Because if you let them run what they want, they get shots. They're the stats, 69-60. Greece doing a really nice job with the assists. Only 8 assists in the whole game for Serbia. Greece turned it over 18 times, but they were just a better group. Jovanovic fouled out at 17 and 18. Spanu with 18 points. Mulzi is all over the stat line. She's 1 rebound away from a double-double. She has 5 assists to go. She just looked what she is. A veteran, yeah, but just superb quality. Rolled back the years. The 2009 MVP looked like a 2017 star tonight.
Serbian team has loads to think about. So tomorrow, right before the game against France, they need to find a way how to be way more effective under the rim. It's hard, it's very hard to play just from the perimeter.
Well, these highlights are just going to underline the whole story really, because Jovanovic, when she was in the game, Serbia always had a chance. They sat her down at the beginning of the 4th. By the time she came back, they were 6 down, and then a little while later, she's fouled out of the game. It's always a tough call of when to leave and when to take when you've got people in foul trouble. It worked out for Greece. It did not work out for Serbia tonight. Ana Dabovic without maybe the spiritual leader of a sister alongside her. Only showed glimpses of the player that led this team to a EuroBasket championship. But without Petrovic, you know, they struggled. So if Petrovic can play tomorrow, they are still in this tournament because they have so much talent. I can't believe they'll shoot as poorly as they shot today. But the inside is like an Achilles heel. If you take it in there, I don't know how they can deal with you. And Pultsilu just gave him a clinic in the post, didn't she?
Absolutely. Her post up at that block, you know, that was just an incredible lesson for everyone to watch. How to play from that position. Also the timing, you know, of those cuts to help each other when one player is penetrating. That was such effective in today's game from the side of the Greece. It was just a joy to watch them to play, to be honest, today.
Well, it was just a tremendous performance. There's still celebrations going on, and it's day 1 of what could be a very emotional journey for Greece if they can continue this. But we can talk about the inside, but Mulzi, and to be fair to Nikolapoulou, just broke them down on the perimeter so many times, which led to those 17 assists. So it's all sorts of ways to look at the game, but in every single department, Greece were just a better basketball team today and got the result a better basketball team deserved. A 9-point lead. We'll leave you with these highlights. And we will be back for the second game of Group C shortly. Slovenia will make their debut in EuroBasket Women against one of the two most successful teams recently in France. We'll join you shortly for that. But if you get a chance to watch this again, that is a great Greek performance. They start Group C with a win. They win 69-60. We'll see you shortly for the second game of Group C here in Prague.